everybody. My name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're talking about $2 billion. What? We're talking about a $2 billion amusement park being developed right next door to Northwest Arkansas. And we're going to talk about how that's going to affect it in good fashion and maybe some bad fashion. So let's talk about that. But before we begin, if you could like and share this video with a friend or family, that would make the world of difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. So liking and also sharing, make sure that everyone can live, work, and play all in NWA. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. If you are coming down to Northwest Arkansas, definitely let me know. I'll put you on the calendar. We'll meet up for coffee. We'll check out some homes for rent, check out some homes for sale, and just kind of make sure we can talk about all the reasons why I chose to move to Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, and why it's the #1 place to live in America by far. And if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Springdale? What's going on in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas. Boop, 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 package, ship right to your home. Right to your home. Let me know the information below. Name, address. Where am I shipping this package to? Where's this package going to? Let me know all the information below. I'll make sure they get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about is this brand new Heartland amusement park being developed in right next to Northwest Arkansas, over in kind of the far western part of Oklahoma. So this is going to be 1,000 acres of amusement park. It's going to be quite the size, over $2 billion of build out, cabins, the whole thing, different sections of, a typical amusement park. And so obviously you can research it, the whole thing, and just all how cool it is. And again, this is going to be interesting to see a kind of central hub for the Heartland of America, which we'll talk about here in a second. That's another big piece of this whole thing. But the interesting thing is that if you comparison to size, Disneyland in California is 500 acres. This will be 1,000 acres. So if you've been to Disneyland in California, it's double the size, even probably more than that. But it's obviously nothing comparable size to Disney World, the biggest amusement park in the world. Would have thought. But long story short, a huge amusement park is being announced and developed, and all the major, obviously, newscasts are covering about this. Now, we're going to talk about what this all means for Northwest Arkansas. But the first thing we need to cover is what it means with this whole different concept of Heartland Forward, this organization that isn't necessarily behind it, but is a big push for these things happening in the Heartland of America. So like I said, Heartland Amusement Park, not directly correlated at all to this venture, this think tank based out of Bentonville, but there's a group that I really haven't talked about much in Northwest Arkansas because it's kind of like a bigger picture Northwest Arkansas, bigger picture Heartland of America actual think tank, and it's called Heartland Forward. And you're probably thinking, why does this matter to anything at all? So Heartland Forward is a think tank that is backed by the Waltons, first off, so that's a big deal there, and a bunch of other people as well that are literally trying to bring more businesses and industries and people and investment firms from the coastlines to the Heartland of America. And so that's going to be that they've done such a good job. They have a summit almost every single year called Heartland Forward, where they bring talent, they bring political people, they bring everyone to Bentonville, Arkansas, and do a summit about showcasing what can be done in the Heartland, which can include anything from Texas to Oklahoma to Arkansas, of course, to Nebraska, to anywhere in the Heartland of America. They are focused on bringing more business to here, the Heartland, versus anywhere else. It's kind of pulling them from the actual coastline itself. And obviously that seems to be the trend of population overall, is that a lot of people from the East Coast are going to the Heartland because better taxes for an area, more affordable. It's sometimes it's cooler, it's nicer, it's all the different things you could talk about the Heartland of America. But that is one thing that they are doing directly, not saying that they have any influence whatsoever, but I do know that is definitely part of it, is that Heartland Forward is the think tank that has brought in a lot of businesses to literally the Heartland of America, and bigger than Northwest Arkansas, but to the Heartland of America. Whoa, before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin, notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Let me know all of your information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just talking about all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? When is First Fridays? That's more obvious. When is First Thursdays? That's more obvious. What is going on in Pinnacle? What new businesses are moving here? What are all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas? Every single Friday I send an email out just talking about all those different things. Enter your name, email below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday. Also, side note, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down through Northwest Arkansas. And so the big question is, what does this mean for Northwest Arkansas? You might be wanting to move here, or think about moving here, or rent here, or get a job here. You're like, okay, this is interesting. So I'm, first of all, super excited about all this because it's one of those things where I love amusement parks. You know, it's like, there's no near Six Flags except for Dallas and then up by St. Louis. So I'm like, ugh. So I do like roller coasters. I do like all the water, all the things like that. And this is what amusement park will do very well for itself. So I'm super excited. So on top of that, the big thing about this is that it's just going to bring more people to Northwest Arkansas, just flat out. Because one of the things that, you know, people, when I hear from clients like, oh, where can I go to get a roller coaster? Well, now we have something. It's not, of course, not done yet. It'll take a couple years for it to develop, but it's on the docket and it will happen, of course. And so that's one of the fun things about this is that, you know, you have Branson over in Missouri. Branson is Branson to say the least. But this amusement park will be truly an amusement park. Solo, it is what it is. And so not only is it going to be a huge increase for people from Northwest Arkansas because it's like an hour and 15 minutes away. You can just drive there and then drive back in one day. That's awesome. But on top of that, it's just going to bring more people. It's going to be another checkbox to be like, oh, I can move to Northwest Arkansas because this huge amusement park. And the second thing it's going to do for Northwest Arkansas, and this kind of piggybacks a little bit off of people moving here, it's just going to create more tourism. Now, there's going to be a lot of cabins and things up by this amusement park, of course, obviously. And it's going to be slightly closer to Tulsa, which is kind of a con we'll talk about here in a second. But majority of people that are going to be looking to like, where else can we go to this amusement park? Where can we stop at? Stop in Bentonville, stop in Bella Vista, stop in Centerton. Mountain biking trails, the whole thing. There's so much going on in that Northwest Arkansas section. It's just going to drive so much traffic there for tourism because meaning like they're gonna get Airbnbs and hotels and everything over in Northwest Arkansas and then drive up to the amusement park. It's not going to be that far away. So that's going to be the exciting thing is there's going to be a touchdown spot for this amusement park. Now they're going to have their own cabins, they're going to have their own stuff going on there, but either they're going to go to Tulsa or they're going to go to Northwest Arkansas. And in my personal opinion, don't tell me when I said this, but Northwest Arkansas is a lot better than Tulsa. And number 5 of a thing that's going to be happening with this amusement park directly affecting Northwest Arkansas is that it's going to directly add more businesses to the area. Whenever these large businesses come into the area, it just brings, not only is it bringing the business itself, that's great, but there's so many residual businesses that follow with it to support the business itself. And so when you have amusement parks that are there, it's going to require staffing and more paper goods, more suppliers, more things, more builders, more contractors, more whatever the case is. It's just going to create so much more. And a lot of times if they're going to choose to park their business somewhere, they're probably going to park it in Northwest Arkansas because it's a great, like, you can live here, you can play here, you can work here, the whole thing. And so it's going to bring so many businesses that I'm excited to see, things that I can't even consider because I'm not in the park industry, of course, the amusement park industry. But I know that whenever these big businesses move here, it brings so much residual, and I'm super excited for that. And the last thing we need to talk about when it comes to this whole thing, and there is probably one con to it, and I don't think it's a con, it's just kind of like is that it's obviously parked in Oklahoma versus Arkansas. Now, I understand why this happened. Maybe, maybe Arkansas had nothing to do with it. Maybe the NWA had nothing to do with it. Maybe they said, no, I have no idea. Maybe they said, yeah, I have no idea. But I do know is that obviously in Northwest Arkansas, they probably don't want to actually like let go of 1,000 acres, honestly, just because we probably need that for different things. And that's the one thing is that with Northwest Arkansas, they might have approached them. NWA might have said, no, I have no idea. But the one thing that's guaranteed with Northwest Arkansas is that whenever they do something, it's going to be different than the norm. Great to have an amusement park. Great, awesome. I'm sure to be heavily loved and used. But one thing about Northwest Arkansas, and you'll see a trend here, they don't do the normal. It would be normal to have a large bus service that travels all around Northwest Arkansas, picking people up and stuff. Or what if we make it a diverse trail system that people could ride bikes, one wheels, and do alternative transportation? Interesting. What if we want to have a music festival? What do we don't call it? Do we bring out normal bands and stuff like that? No, let's call it format. Let's make it an art festival with unique bands, stuff like that. We need some more housing in the area. Maybe we should just make basic homes and just do that. No, let's build interesting homes that haven't been thought about before, that we have a fresh fresh groundwork, we can do different things when it comes to housing versus other areas because we can. Time is on our side. We have land on our side. So it's not surprising that if Northwest Arkansas was approached with this, they probably would have said no. I don't know. Who knows? They might have said, I have no idea. I'm not part of that whole process, obviously. But I could definitely see them saying no because they like to do things different here because they don't want to repeat history. And they've seen all the writing on the walls for bigger cities and they're trying to avoid all those things. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary link below. Maybe you're a venturer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it to get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you a $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.